The OSP is exercising power of the Attorney General only in respect of corruption mandate. I think that is clever. I don't know when Honorable Fuseni will bring clever thoughts to it. And then...
there's another question on conflict of interest and whether or not...
I was coming to that before the Honorable comes in, but I think it had to do with Martin Pebu. People must stick to the facts, right? And this is a matter that we've shied away to want to talk about it, because you also don't want to give people too much attention when they don't really need it or it's not healthy. We are a law enforcement agency and a prosecutorial body. We are bound by law to do our work. We are to investigate as a primary investigator of corruption and corruption-related offenses in Ghana. What I think he did was specific allegations. He made specific allegations, so it has nothing to do with incompetence. As for freedom of speech, everybody has it. So when he talks about incompetence, it's not a subject that will even bother anyone at the office of the special prosecutor, because he himself, what is the competence? You remember he's had the opportunity to work on ORA and all that, and we have seen the outcome that said that half of the things were just rumors and all that. So, to be honest with you, incompetence has never been a reason why the OSP would invite Martin Pebu. The reason why the OSP has invited Martin Pebu is that he has made specific allegations of corruption against the SP and against the office. So the office is not investigating any other matter except corruption allegation. And what is this corruption allegation? One of them, I'm told, is that he said that the office has connived with Ken Ofori-Atta. Not that he has deduced, not that he thinks if you put one or two together, the office has connived. He made categorical statement, and I'm told twice or something, that the office has connived. And he made specific allegation that the special prosecutor is corrupt in things that he had done. And once we are the body that has to investigate corruption, naturally, to build trust and credibility in the system, we would invite you. So it's not just Martin Pebu who is coming to our office. Several people have come to our office who have made allegations of corruption. Recently, you even heard the DVLA boss say that someone came to bribe him and he did not accept it. The office invited him, and the office is investigating, and we'll put out the report on what we found, whether what he said is true or not, and all that. So when you make specific allegations of corruption, the office will go into it. Now, when the office is going to it, that's why I said that we must separate the head of the agency from the agency. People think that the office is all about, say, Honorable Kisi Ejapin. No. The office has a deputy special prosecutor. It has directors equivalent to the rank of commissioners of police. It has divisions. It's a whole institution. So that institution will go through the thing. It doesn't mean that Kisi Ejapin is the one. So I've heard that there was this propaganda that had gone on, and especially his first appearance, he had said several things which were untrue, but the office thought it was not necessary. Don't give it too much attention, ignore it, and so we decided not to even respond to it. But the office, if he would tell you, when he went there, he didn't see Kisi Ejapin as part of the process. Even the letter inviting him, it was not signed by Kisi Ejapin, nor even the deputy. It was not signed. So there is nothing like Kisi Ejapin involved in this process. It's a special team that has been set up to go into allegations of corruption. And some people have said that it will mean being a judge in your own court. And I'm like, let me give you a typical example. So someone makes allegations against the Vice Chancellor of University of Ghana. You think that they will go and call UPSA to come and sit down and go into it? Allegations have been made in the fire service against the head of the fire service. They will go and call immigration to come and look into it. No. Allegations are made against the IGP or a police officer. You think that they will go and give? No. The institution with the primary duty would have to go into it, because they are not the final determinant of the facts that they will bring out. If the OSP was the one going to pronounce guilt and all that, then we would understand the issue about conflict and all that. Yes, it is true that it's the head that allegation has been made against, but it's also true that it's not the head that is doing the investigation or that is going into the matter. And it will not be the first time that institutions will go into. That is why we follow specific processes and rules. When he came and raised specific allegations that he did not want a particular investigator to be part of it, the OSP obliged him and invited him to come, I think on Friday. Even on Friday, he did not pick his calls. The whole of Friday, Mr. Pebu did not pick his call, although messages have been gone to him and he had picked and said and talked undertone that he was at a program. They called him almost 15 times on Friday. He didn't show up. And now a new invite has gone to him to report on Tuesday. So what matters is the due process. We are giving him all the chance to be able to convince Ghanaians that the special prosecutor is corrupt as he is alleged, to show Ghanaians that indeed the special prosecutor of the office has connived with Mr. Oforiatta for him not to come together. That's all the office is doing. So at the end of the day, there is clarity. And so at the end of the day, there's integrity in the anti-corruption space. And then the last one has to do with, I think, Kate, you had said that the office had said it was powerless. And I think the special prosecutor and myself yesterday had an opportunity on Joy to respond to it and say that you must understand what he has said in context that
3FM 92.7.
Under the previous regime, there was it was as if there was a standing order for state institutions not to cooperate with the OSP. And so he had said that the lack of cooperation from state institutions had meant that even if he was going to do something, there was no cooperation. And I'd given an example of where people have said that we have police powers and the rest, but we rely on police and the army to do our operations. And we've been in office where police and soldiers have been asked to return to their base. Yes, OSP. Soldiers and police were asked to return to their base. So OSP was without protection. And he's just saying that the things that you need to do the work, I did not have to be able to do the work. And I'd also explained that.
So, Sammy.
Yes, Honorable.
Yeah, so I said that they had operational independence and institutional independence. And I've been challenged by the PA to Justice Symes Rai. I don't know whether.
And so just accept, I'm not sure we can do a full listening of that entire conversation again, but that's some of the questions you asked being answered. You asked a question on powerless. Has that been answered? Because it was one of the many things he was speaking to before Yunus Husseini, a paralegal practitioner, also came in.
I mean, this wouldn't be the first time that the OSP, by way of the SP, is calling themselves Lone Ranger. You recall that infamous press conference where he said he's a lonely bird. I think that's just a reiteration of that. Ankwanoma. If you say that other state agencies during the period in which President Akufo-Addo was the president, there seemed to be some type of gag order or some type of restraints, put in place so that there was no cooperation. I think he's reiterating that point that, well, the special prosecutor has been alone, seemingly, in some of these fights, some of these high-profile corruption fights. So I think some context has been put towards those words. But we live to see how far will these 15 petitions go. We'll see. Some of these demonstrations that we are now privy to that should be taking place any day now. We'll see.
We'll see. A bit more in terms of stories from the papers as well.
This one is still on page 4 of the Overseer newspaper. Natoshi dismisses claims by Greater Accra NPP Chairman Honorable Irene Natoshi-Addo has firmly denied allegations, suggesting she made comments about the New Patriotic Party's performance in the 2024 general elections in the Greater Accra region. A statement issued on her behalf by Kwesi Kwarteng Esquire, campaign spokesperson for Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan, describes the claims contained in a recent press release by the Greater Accra Regional Chairman as completely untrue and misleading. According to the statement, Natoshi has never issued any remarks regarding the party's electoral fortunes as alleged. It stressed that the assertions were entirely fabricated and not grounded in any verified information. The statement further expressed concern that the regional chairman relied on unconfirmed social media posts to support his claims. It noted that in recent weeks, several fake posts bearing Natoshi's image and that of the GH1 TV brand had circulated online. Post the media house had since confirmed did not originate from them. Okay, now despite these clarifications, the statement said the regional chairman still proceeded to act on misinformation, resulting in the circulation of a false narrative targeted at NATO. I'll be honest, after reading this story, I still cannot make heads or tail of what I've just read.
So there's a claim that Natoshi had made some divisive comments. Claims of which, according to this statement, was not true in this era of people slapping your face and your image on a news card and then attributing
fake
things you haven't
news.
said to you. And the Greater Accra Regional Chair of the NPP, Divine Agohum, did not verify or go to her to ask, did you really say this? And also proceeded to issue a statement condemning her. And she says, if you do your facts or your fact checking, you realize that all of these things being attributed to me is fake. And so on what basis are you deciding to come at me when everything that you claim I said is not real? I think at the heart of this is there's a growing problem of politics based on tribal lines emerging within the NPP.
Imagine. That sounds as though it's now cropping up. Has it emerged?
Because for a while now...
Has it now grown and bloomed flowers?
And counter-allegations of, I am this, vote for me. We are this, don't vote for this person, has been coming up for quite a while. And it hasn't come onto the mainstream for a conversation, but on social media, you find it there and people are reacting to it, making comments. They're either bashing one side for saying something. I think some have come on the mainstream because we discussed one of such conversations. I recall Sixus where there was a direct Crosby was here and helped with a translation of somebody being a slave, another being another thing, and all of that. That trend has to stop where it is because it's a recipe for chaos. It's a recipe for division, actually, not just for themselves as a party, because if this is what they are practicing and they eventually come out with somebody, I say it presupposes that's what they want to practice at the national scale, and so that must be stopped.
Must be nipped in the bud.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
So that's the entire story, and because the allegations against her is she's saying that they are from a certain part of the country and somebody else should not be doing something. It's just distasteful. Very, very distasteful.
I see.
In every sense of the word.
All right. Well, the Daily just captures it also in much fuller context. If you've got 5 Ghana cities, you can pick that up and also be furnished with the full details. Some more newspapers, though, have been trickled through. Sixus, good to see you.
Daily Graphic newspaper. Reduce spare parts prices. Minister tells dealers, and that story is by Samuel Ohene Ewa. I think I like this story.
Reduce spare parts
prices. Yes, it's a cry we have cried for far too long. I don't know whether the minister is now waking up. Since fuel went down 2 leaps, I think at the beginning of the year, somewhere
that's right.
March thereabout, we started this cry. We're at the end of the year and the minister is now putting her voice to it.
I don't even want to say anything about these spare part prices, so I just want to...
How's the Prado?
I'll be okay.
Helena.
I'll be okay.
So the minister responsible for trade and agribusiness and industry, Elizabeth Ofosu-Ejari, has held a crucial meeting with the leadership of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, spare parts dealers and transport operators to address the persistent irregularities and recent hikes in the prices of spare parts across major markets. Well, Madam Minister, well done, but you should have done this long ago, really. Construction of Tamale Water Project to begin next year. And you have President Akufo-Addo. We played that voice in our news this morning. The president gave an explanation as to why the Tamale people and the schools around there are struggling with water. So by next year, or from next year, some action will be seen there. Rubber industry hails decision to stop raw exports. Graphic business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting tomorrow, and that's it for the front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. At the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper, you have Summer Text Asante Kotoko share spoils. You have hearts held to goalless draw by young apostles, and you have the league table there, Ghana Premier League table. It's there. Aduana FC is at the top of the table with 23 points, followed by Hearts of Lion, 22 points, and Mediama SC, 22 points, comes number 3. Somebody's favorite, Asante Kotoko, is number 4 with 20 points, but I still cannot see the Hohoi United people. I think they are somewhere at the bottom.
Number 15.
Yes, they try. 15 out of 18. They try. 11 points. Hohoi, you try. You try. Brekum Chelsea.
Silence for a reason.
Brekum Chelsea is also down there. 11 points shares with Hohoi. So Swedro All Blacks, Dreams FC, Brekum Chelsea, Hohoi United, they all have 11 points, and Bechim United, Holy Star, 6 points, and the table is carried on its shoulders by 11 Wonders. They have 3 points. Don't forget, you can have all the Premier League matches here on TV3 and on 3FM. Your home of the Ghana Premier League. The Ghanaian Times newspaper carries on the front page GRA media to intensify tax reform education for compliance, revenue generation, and this is coming from the Commissioner General. He's pictured here, Mr. Anthony Kwesi Sapong. Renowned Ghanaian sculptor
Anatri
shines at ICOM Dubai 2025. I think I missed that story on the Daily Graphic newspaper. Yes. So actually, forgive me, Daily Graphic has also headlined that on the front page. You see it.
That's right.
Yes, it's there. So it's on both papers, Ghanaian Times and Daily Graphic newspaper. And back to the Ghanaian Times newspaper, it says Afoko urges youth to speak up, shape national progress. Mr. Afoko, you see some action. You carry hope. Springfield's WCTP2 contribution, major national milestone. Kojo Poku is the one quoted here. I'm not sure which Kojo Poku. And at the back of the Ghanaian Times newspaper, you have Mediama held at home. Karela sink Holy Stars in 5-goal thriller. Why was it a training match?
Close memory.
Was it a training session? 5-0. Why?
Yeah.
Oh.
But 5-0 is a fair result.
It's normal, eh?
It's a fair result. Not normal, but it's a fair result in a football game. When it goes
Karela,
9.
Holy Stars.
Wow.
5. Mediama defender in yellow. His name is not. Let's start writing their names. So let's hype them. They have to take up sports at the Black Stars. We have to come to a time where 70% of the Black Stars is composed of players from the Ghana Premier League. It's a campaign that we have to. In fact, I'm adopting that campaign in addition to my Otuado Must Go campaign. And I believe it's because Otuado is not looking inside. I don't know. I'll have to ask.
Hey, so again, I ask you, what are you going to do when the mighty Black Stars bring home this World Cup? You're going to have to leave Ghana.
Under Coach Otuado?
Yes, you're going to have to leave Ghana. You're going to have to go to Canada.
If he does it, I'll sincerely apologize.
Good.
But the two friendlies we played, Japan, South Korea.
What do you understand by friendly? You want to be friendly to your opponent so that
you think they came to friendly you?
You have to be friendly so you don't show them your upper hand. Are you with me?
Their what do they call it? The second team, the one that comes from the bench. What do you call that? I think there's a term for it. You see, your bench in itself should be a team. Yes. Your bench in itself should be capable of running a game. So if you get into the tournament and something happens to your first 11, I mean, your bench in itself
should have that capability.
When you are about to substitute a player, you know that the one coming in has a lot to offer. Not that, I just there filling space. But we saw our second team. Hearts, Young Apostles, Shares Fall. So I should have ended by saying Coach Otuado must go. Swedro All Black Stand Dreams FC, and Ghanaian Times newspaper has also featured the scores at a glance. T&A Stadium, Aliu Mahama Stadium, that's where all the games that were played. Hoho United played at home and lost. Okay, no, they drew. I'm sorry, Moana. They drew. But they are still at the bottom of the table. So that is it. But funny enough, the Ghanaian Times newspaper and the Daily Graphic newspaper, they have not captured the OSP stories.
In particular, what story do you reference?
The spaces that the OSP held yesterday.
Okay. What caught your attention in particular?
Should have come from it. But you know my position on this matter already. I don't think that
OSP must go.
Relax. There are two issues there.
Okay.
And the poll you put out, you said the comments you invited under the question. We're asking people to answer whether or not the office must be scrapped.
That's right.
I think it's a very, 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 very unfair tangent that we are on as a nation.
It has snowballed 6-2 to a different. It has reached fever pitch. I'm surprised.
Which is sad.
I'm surprised.
See, there are two different issues in this matter. Kisie Jabeng is head of the OSP. He is the occupant of the office. He is the special prosecutor. The office of the special prosecutor and the head of the special prosecutor are two different entities. One runs the other. If for some reason the claim is that the head is incompetent to run the institution, that incompetence of the head cannot end up being the incompetence of the office.
Okay.
I have been on this argument because I followed the formation of the OASP. And I was one of the few media people, journalists who was always in the CSO meetings, all of that. And Inusa Fuseni, like you said, it pains me I couldn't follow the space. I really, really wanted to, especially with somebody like Inusa Fuseni. This man had a big voice and a huge contribution to the formation of the office of the establishment of the office of the special prosecutor. And the idea, you call it the thoughts that went into the establishment of the office, I don't think we are yet to realize them. But it does not also mean that we throw away the baby with the bad water, if indeed the water is bad. Because I still want to even argue that the competence of the occupants of the office, and I am not sure that we have allowed the office of the occupant of the office to run the process enough for us to say that he is incompetent. And the other day, I gave you the narrative or the argument of he as a teacher. And there are so many lawyers in town who will say that Kissi Ejabeng has taught them criminal law.
That's right.
And some of us were privileged enough to sit in his lecture room and sit in his tutorial room. So we had a double dose of him, and we can say that we know he knows his stuff. The argument has also been made that, look, being a defense attorney is very different from being a prosecutor.
That's right.
Granted. But who is born to be a prosecutor? Who? So I think that the problems that the Office of the Special Prosecutor has suffered in the last couple of months or 3 to 4 months, really, it's not about his competence. It's probably because the office rushed to communicate something, gave hope to people, and the people now are asking, where is the man you said you had
because
had bundled
the
up
OSP
for
is
us?
now being judged solely, seemingly, on the Ken Ofori-Atta case.
Which is not fair.
Despite all the others that have
Let's
passed
look at
through
the
hands.
totality of the work of Kissi Ejabeng from the time he took office, he took over from Martin Amido, and ask ourselves, on the totality of the work, has he delivered himself? Has he competently handled the office, both as an administrator, as a prosecutor, because again, I'm sure that if we went into the operations of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, we'll come to agree that the head of the office, is not directly on the daily cases, even though, yes, he will be part of decisions that will say, let's go after Ken Ofori-Atta, let's go after Helen, let's go after Mawina, or he will say, okay, don't go after Mawina, go after this person. Yes, but let us put together all the work that has been done. And if at the end of the day we say that the OSP has since taken over, has called in 25 cases, has won only 1, has lost 24, and is still suffering bruises on some other 10 that he's been nursing, then we can say that he's incompetent. But if they organize a press conference and communicate and say that this has happened, and it turns out that that is not the case, because of that we say he's incompetent. Is that fair?
Political actors are reading into the lack of action that we're seeing in the Ken Ofori-Atta case. They say that, fellow Ghanaians, you have been played, that this is all a grand deception. Are we just being
Helen, but I also expressed my dissatisfaction on that particular issue here, right, on this show, on this same seat. I have said that he had not been candid with Ghanaians, because the time the office communicated to Ghanaians that, look, we have set processes in play for the repatriation of
extradition
of Ken Ofori-Atta, only for us to hear from Deputy Attorney General like 2-3 months down the line that the processes have not even started. So yes, the special prosecutor may owe Ghanaians an apology on that score, but does that make him incompetent? Does that?
And we'll have to wrap up on the review segment now, because it's 7:28. I just wanted to draw attention to his own commentary about helplessness and all of that, and where that leaves everybody else in terms of this Ken Ofori-Atta saga. Because without a doubt, this particular case and involving SML and Ms. Ofori-Atta, to many, is make or break for him, no matter where you look at it from. And there was a general admission yesterday on that space that, look, yes, there are other state agencies. Why are they not going after them with such intensity? Because, simply put, Ken Ofori-Atta is the first ever finance minister, who had his own MPs come up against him and demand that he be removed from office. He is a finance minister who, in recent memory, and in recorded history with social media, where the Ghanaian economy tanked, and Gen Zs, being Gen Zs as they are, have this etched in their minds. He was minister when there was DDEP and people's investment was wiped away. And so for all of that, people want to see some action against him. Notwithstanding the fact that...
Marina, I'm sorry, don't say he was minister when. Say he engineered.
Okay. Notwithstanding the fact that these are matters upon which he cannot stand trial for. That needs to be placed on record, that he cannot stand trial for, or he cannot be prosecuted for DDP and whatever, right? But all of that anger is what snowballs into this expectation that the one thing that you say you have on him, make sure you have it right and you get him. Because for all of the other reasons and for all of the other things, it's likely he was in office and really nothing can be done about it. And so that is where all of the anger is. And that's why people feel that, look, if the office of the special prosecutor, and I don't mention an individual thing because it's an entire office, if the office of the special prosecutor fails to deliver on this mandate, and again, I say this without shying away from presumption of innocence. He is innocent until proven guilty. I'm just speaking to the expectation of Ghanaians on the office of the special prosecutor. And that expectation is born out of the economic recession that was suffered, people's investment and savings which was eroded as a result of DDP. Sixu says you want to term it as engineering. That has now become a cross on not just his head, but the head of the OSP as well.
Because the pain runs so deep.
It is running deep. Such that people are making the argument that, look, we do not care how you go about it. Get us this man, because for some reason, not for some reason, because he was responsible for all of the economic downturn, and so get him for us. Whether or not he is guilty for this causing financial loss, that is what the OSP is up against. And I think we have to say it as it is. That is what the OSP is up against. And I fear it's a very arduous task for him. To be very, very honest. That's what he's up against.
Okay. So, yes, let's separate the issues. I agree with you, but let's separate the issues. Should we scrap the office of the special prosecutor? No. Should Kissi Agyabeng leave office? No. Did Kissi Agyabeng lie to us as occupant of the office of the special prosecutor? Was he candid with Ghanaians on the issues of Ken Ofori-Atta? I don't have the full facts, but what I know, what I heard from that press conference, reconciling that with what Deputy Attorney General came to tell us, yes, Mr. Kissi Agyabeng has some explaining to give us. Should we sack him over that? No. Let us let him concentrate on the matter. And that is why I will agree with you, Mawina. Let us let him handle this Ken Ofori-Atta matter. Then from there, those who are crying, they can then cry loud enough so that we all see that, oh yeah, the man indeed is incompetent. But in the meantime, let the man do his job.
All right.
That will be all for the news review. You can call us a bit of a...
And congratulations to Same Jamfi of Gold Board.
Absolutely.
He brought home, you were reading some of the headlines. You said you'll come back to it. You didn't come back.
So let me do that.
Yes,
He's been appointed
it's a big position.
Vice Chair for the 2026 Kimberley process, and he's a chair. So he'll be Vice Chair for 2026, and he will be Chair for 2027. That story, let me try and just get it quickly before I run out of the studio. And the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Gold Board, has been appointed as Vice Chair in 2026 and Chair in 2027 of the Kimberley process. The announcement of this historic appointment was made on the 21st of November during the closing session of the 2025 Kimberley process plenary held at the Al Mas Conference Center in Dubai. The appointment, which followed 2 days of intensive deliberations, ministerial engagement, and consultations among government, industry stakeholders, and civil society, makes Ghana the first country in West Africa to serve as Vice Chair and Chair of the Kimberley process. Per the governance structure of the Kimberley process, the Chair and Vice Chair are appointed by the plenary consensus, and they oversee the implementation of the Kimberley process certification scheme and the operations of the working groups, committees, and administration. Some say the thought that the thought-provoking statement delivered by the chief executive of the Gold Board, Mr. Sammy Gyamfi, during the ministerial session set the right tone and contributed to the confidence expressed by participants in Ghana. So about the Kimberley process, it was established in the year 2023 by the United Nations. It is a multilateral certification scheme designed to prevent conflict diamonds from entering the legitimate global supply chain. Its core objective is to ensure that revenue from diamonds do not finance armed conflict, terrorism, or civil instability. And the Kimberley process currently brings together 86 countries represented by governments, the World Diamond Council, or industry, and the KP Civil Society Coalition. So it's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal.
And congratulations to Sammy Gyamfi and the members on the Gold Board. I had the chance to peruse that speech which he delivered at that conference, and yes, you can say that amongst many other things contributed to the warm reception that he has received in relation to this. Time for us for you to call us. 055 924 2717 055 691 0154. But we'll do that right after this quick spot of commercial. Now, before we make way for sport, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mawina.
Yes, sir. I trust that you're well.
I'm doing well, yes, sir. Fine. And you?
I'm also great.
Alhamdulillah. My name is Ajanawan from Domi Kwabinya.
Ajanawan, it's good to hear from you. Talk to us this morning.
Thank you very much. Great job you are doing for Abakana and Media General. Greetings to Ayajimadi, Jigo, and Chamajo. Mr. Mawina, in fact, today you and your panelists have been friends. And it's more or less like some of the appointees who have been appointed, government, whether pass or not. We should remember that each and every one half is a mandate, each and every half is due. I think what some of the appointees or lawyers are saying, I am not holding a brief for peace office. But what is happening, some of us, I think I would say that what, do they have a personal problem or personal beef or what? We have to mention them almost every day, any time. Mr. Febu is on OSC. But we know it's not right. So we should have time for them because when they have to know everything just
Janawan, your line is breaking a bit. You're tapering off. If you could kindly reposition and then make yourself, because we couldn't hear. All right, we lost Janawan on the telephone. Hello, good morning.
Mawina.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Bibi Aboko.
Yes, by God's grace, we're doing well. Talk to us.
One voice, no.
I'm trying to make it out.
Mr. Nokure Asa.
Nokrasa, it's good to hear from you by the store with the guy. Yes, let's proceed. Thank you very much for calling as well.
Johnny will be a Mechiano.
Yes, Johnny is actually.
All the way Eastern region, Chibi or Timupa. Maunya, a far OSP. Excuse being what the Bema Ghana for we see it. Mauna, and yet, John Damani Mama, Excellency, a take over or Turkey, Akunyano, or no, so you are appointing. Or no, before Excellency John Damani Mama, Eba. And did you make the Biara MPP for an appointees near Nara, then they need 8 years, no, and then in excuse, I was so the Ghana for me, Miss Tuma, and so any. Sikanzo akwasua ho sikane ko ye west ye nya so mfaso eti for me de mesra excellency Jodamani Mahama say sa hwege no yengu no ne nipa na wo ho no ye fo mo nko attorney general office no mo nko bua no na bibiara ye pese sentre ni ebe ye djuma awo former appointees ni current appointees o media corruption bia no o mutimi mo na ye ntimi fight corruption wo mai mu obi nto aso.
Thank you very much, Ukrasa, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawana Ebeta. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Eben. How are you too?
How about that?
What? Great. Talk to us this morning. What's on your mind?
Let me thank my Father in heaven this morning for my life, my family, and you as well. My regards to you, left side, okay? Anyway, one to my president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Vice Prof. Nana Opoku, for a wonderful birthday last week, 22nd. We are most grateful and we believe she was sent to the highest position someday to come. Also, Chief of Staff, my regards to you. Deputy Chief Executive, my shipyard, Honorable Deputy Chief Executive, Akwesipita, and Honorable Makafuni Nekweku, my MP, Domeko Abenyatu. You see, I think to serve the OSP better if he keeps quiet. You see, we all want him to work. You see, but I mean, sitting here and there, having press conferences, singing Ankwanuma. I've been saying this. The days of singing Ankwanuma is quite long due. You see, it was in the days of Akufo-Addo you are lamenting. But here is the case. Government has come and 11 months now. Go ahead and work. Even people will criticize you here and there because they, from the way they are seeing things, you are not seeing it. Because as our people normally say, whenever you are constructing a road, it goes at your back that will see what is ahead of you. Because you are constructing, when you are even blending, you will not see. So, Mr. OSC, we are begging you, ignore all the criticism. If you are really to help fight corruption, go ahead and do it. Because some of us, from the way things have become redundant, and we don't see anything. The purpose of this, we were told that you remember.
Thank you as well for calling, Eben. It's a bit of a challenge with your line as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Marina.
Yes, sir. I trust that you're well.
I'm fine, sir.
Give us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, where are you talking to us from?
You see, my point is that the Central Prosecutor has pretty much complaint. He's saying that they use 2021, 22, 23, 24 in setting up an office. How can that one be true? And what work are you doing? You use 4 years to set up an office. Then the level of the government is condemned. So to come back, to me, it's better for him to go.
All right. Thank you very much, Ibrahim, for calling as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawina.
Yes, sir. I trust that you're well.
Yeah, my name is Shak.
Sir Shak, it's good to hear from you. Talk to us.
A very special greeting to yourself and your team for a wonderful work done. In fact, we are stepping in rightly for Johnny as he is away. On the 22nd was our Vice President's birthday, and I want to say a special birthday to her. May God richly bless her for the support she keeps on giving, and that the good counsel she's giving to our President, John Dramani Mahama, and the good work they are doing. But when I listened to the lawyer for the federal prosecutor, and he say, at times the way he speaks, he even working their case. We all want them to succeed. But the way at times he comes to defend certain things, we are talking about what their intention. When what do you call it? We want power, and they want power. They knew that the man would leave the country. So what did they do about it? Now that the person has gone, you are now going on the wild goose chase, telling us that no, you had intention and blah 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 blah. We were of the view that no, right from the beginning, when anything wants, you should have given what declared Colorado wanted and what put an injunction on his traveling. But you waiting for the person to leave, and now you are telling us that no, you had intentions to arrest him, but he left the jurisdiction without your permission. You see, Johnny has been saying something. When the FBI came to this country to arrest those so-called front boys, the government supported the FBI to come and do that. Why is the FBI not supporting our government to arrest Obrata?
He's challenging his red notice alert. He will challenge his extradition as well, and that makes the process complicated.
Red notice alert. Oh, what kind of story is this?
He's challenged it. It's not a story. He's challenged it. That's why there was news somewhere last week that he was no longer.
On what premises? What premises is he challenging it?
On the initial stages, a docket had not been put together or charges had not been filed against him yet, and so
that means it is the OSP
he was questioning that. But that has been done now, and so that's why the OSP says there's confidence that he will lose that challenge again, and he will be put back on the red notice.
In fact, the U.S. government must support the Ghana government because that operator has killed a lot of people. And the investment that we did, that we lost it, all because of the operator mismanagement of the Ghana team. We are pleading with President Obama. He can do all things, but if he does not bring the operator to Ghana, we will not be happy with him. Have a good morning.
Thank you very much for calling as well. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Bamuna, and a penny from Drinkau.
And Council opinion.
Where well near Bema, Nana, Amwakwa, Mekatasi, S. Boy, Ewo, against Suano, constituency.
And I'm it's good to hear from you as well. Talk to us.
Yamabaso. Ejumasuma would be our 3 FM, no, over you, Papa, Mama, or Mane Etumpo, Namintia, incoming national chairman, you are honorable Bachia Jacom. The beer you are the accomplished phone and then beer in the country or start to be and can no more back. No, but I mean, I ain't been in then delegate one count of Mama for Mangana, a palace. Mauna, I get special prosecutor. A Jumana oil and so many. I was set a ban on that office was a banning 18 Guno because other now office was. I get here, what was that office in the one final? The Yafu emphasis me, Mr. So, Chrono, and it is shown because, say, you over deep on man, so no political party about power. Nay, more appointment. Not appointment now will be known. When the man find your man for a yasom for net at the car at the brow of mine. No one deep or mining in your mom. Now, the AM is going to say, Jurakan Populiaka. The offering the papa be and as a body as a own ya. A danger also wow, my Ganamu. Not in Semisabua, Uyano, Nagana for Ajumu and fine. Because the Wamba, and I always yes, you, and the Webster was sending away in some man or what the last year. And Gataho, yeah, across the year course of our media, radio 53. And the again one Samuka. The mess and his complicated there. And you are special prosecutor there. You are Sagnam Samaku. My Mina court a conventional. And the special prosecutor and who are going to address overseen by my man. I paint for the Nabagana. I'm a you have done other 7 technically J-terms Nana. And who any phone can want them. And then I am no. Yes, you know my own. Anything for the party. So political party, but I had the boy and ya. No damn. Mope attention in the more my Ghana. Negotiate Mujaba to the Kabakodia. You and a move.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to pick a few more callers, perhaps one last one, and then make way because we have to cross over for that MG dialogue. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawanya.
Yes, sir. I trust that you're well.
I'm doing well.
Fantastic.
This is your friend, your brother, Ike-Lord.
Ike-Lord. Ike-Lord, unfortunately today you'll be my last caller, and apologies to all of our listeners. You remember I mentioned that we have to cross over at 8 a.m. And so just pardon with me tomorrow you get the chance.
I'm trying to short. You want to send me I'm trying to short. May there be coming to make us Martin Pebusi Yen Visa office in Proba, maybe I may see Yenchi kwasi Krisi Jabin entum because of what DSika yen hu so mfa so bia adwuma bia ye de be show nse bia be ma wutika no e se hu so mfa so wun di sika ne sa akwa e de ka no nko ade a yen chi ntum because ye hu mfa so bia wa ye wa be try for almost 6 years so sahin Martin mi du betra ho no ono so betra ho ne hu de be ka try ni say mother of serpent to say de ba de won so wo ba de bia na wo beto na se mo kire na wo beto na se say when we saw a new super can obi amfa ni serious ho nti o man penny John Dramani Mahama on fa ni na si ho na ye yi nu fi ho ye mpa mu nu fi ho ta office no ye be gu na ye gu office no ye gu nu fi ni be pe omo mi ye mbe ti nya ye adwuma na omo be ye se e kan enye boni a aden ti ye kan na sangewi no abegina no abedifende.
Thank you very much. But for a defense, every accused person will always have a defense. And even for persons who are caught red-handed in an act engaging in any crime, will still have a defense. And I do not say this to mean that Ms. Oforiatta has been caught red-handed, but it presupposes that everybody, no matter what it is that you've done, you must have a defense when you're put before a court, and so that's the case. And again, apologies that we cannot pick any more calls because we have to cross over for that MG dialogue. But let me bring you a bit more in terms of messaging or messages here on the 3FM Sunrise as we ready ourselves for that all-important conversations slated for this morning. Being put together by the Rosebank International University College at Opebia House, Airport, Accra. Let me talk to you about it quickly. So apply the appropriate data science principles and techniques to analyze your organizational data sets and provide data-driven insights into your organization's complex problems. So don't miss this exclusive training program on AI for business decision making by Rosebank International University College. Also, have the knowledge and skills that enhance performance. And this all-important conference is coming off on the 6th, the 13th, and then the 20th of December 2025. And so 3 dates, 6th, 13th, and 20th December 2025 at the Rosebank International University College at Opebia House, Airport, Accra. If you're wondering who can attend, it is designed specifically or specially for senior executives and business leaders, business analysts, entrepreneurs, policymakers, and government officials, and professionals from non-technical backgrounds who need to understand and apply AI in their business. So register now for this all-important conference, or this all-important training by calling 030-700-7800, 030-700-7800, or call Fred on 0209-378943, 0209-378943. Those are the numbers by which you can call Fred and get quick responses as well. Or visit www.riuc.edu.gh and be a part of this very important conference. And this time it's about chasing wins and not collecting them. The Luckiest is back again, bigger and better, with chances to change your life. And I'm going to show you 2 quick, easy ways as to how you can get in the game. The first is that you pick your phone, you dial *712#, and then you follow option 1 to buy a ticket for yourself, or option 2 to buy for somebody else. If you want the system to generate a ticket for you, go with option 1 again. But if you prefer to choose your own ticket number, then you proceed with option 2. Confirm your payment with Momo and you're in. You're done. The online way, head to theluckiestafrica.com and register. After registration, tap on community tickets to generate a ticket for yourself. I'll let the system choose one for you. You can buy a ticket as well for somebody. And when it's time to pay, use Momo if you're in Ghana, or pay with your card if you're abroad. One ticket can multiply your money by 500 times. The entire community could win 10 times over. This is your golden chance. Hop on, let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere. Elegance, music, and fine dining at the Mervyn Pick Classical Music Night, happening on the 27th of November at the Mervyn Pick Ambassador Ballroom. Come enjoy an enchanting evening of live performances by Guy Bertrand and Kokwi Solomon. Savor an exquisite 4-course dinner with perfect fine wine pairings and capture magical moments with our photo experiences. It's more than an evening, it's a symphony of taste, sound, and style, crafted for those who cherish the finer things in life. Hurry now, seats are limited. Don't miss your chance to be part of an evening where every note hits the heart and every flavor delights the palate. Price is 1,800 cedis. Reserve your seats today by calling 020-433-3136 or 0302-611-000. Mervyn Pick Classical Music Night, where music meets elegance and moment turn into memories. Talk to you about CBG Money, right? CBG says they've got very great deals for you as well. Receiving money from your loved ones abroad should never be complicated. With CBG Money transfer services, you enjoy a fast, secure, and convenient way to access your funds abroad. Visit any CBG branch nationwide to receive transfers from leading global partners, including S-Remit, Western Union, MoneyGram, Raya Money Transfer, Unity Link, Pay Angel, Transfast, Tap Send, TerraPay, and Thunes. All you need is your valid national ID, your phone number, and transfer reference number, and will ensure a smooth, stress-free experience from start to finish. For further inquiries, call us on 0302 216 000. 0302 216 000. Email talk to us at cbg.com.gh or reach us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Terms and conditions to apply. Message from the Bahamas, and on behalf of the entire Mahama family, we wish to express our profound gratitude to all who stood with us during the funeral rites of our beloved mother, the late Madame Salome Afishahata Ama Mahama, held on the 22nd of November 2025 in Salaga. We are deeply honored by the presence of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, Her Excellency the Vice President, Professor J. Nano Pukwajiman, Her Excellency the First Lady, Lordina Mahama, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, His Lordship Chief Justice Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, His Royal Majesty the Yagbon Rura, His Royal Majesty the Yana, the Kwembu Rura, the Bole Rura, the Buipe Rura, the Bimbila Na, Honorable Ministers of State, Honorable Members of Parliament, the Inspector General of Police, the Comptroller General of the Ghana Immigration Service, heads of other security agencies, the Governor of the Central Bank, Chief Executives of state institutions, leadership of political parties, distinguished traditional leaders, friends, colleagues, and relatives from far and near. Your presence, prayers, support, generous gestures, and comforting words brought strength to our family during this difficult moment. We are deeply touched by the solidarity shown to us and will forever remain grateful. May the Almighty bless you abundantly and replenish all that you expended in honoring our dear mother. Thank you. And this is from the Mahama family, saying a big thank you to His Excellency the President, the Vice President, Excellency the First Lady, the Right Honorable Speaker, His Lordship the Chief Justice, His Royal Majesty the Yagbon Rura, His Royal Majesty the Yana, the Kwembu Rura, the Bole Rura, the Buipe Rura, the Bimbila Na, Honorable Ministers of State, Honorable Members of Parliament, the Inspector General of Police, the Comptroller General of the Ghana Immigration Service, heads of other security agencies, the Governor of the Central Bank, Chief Executives of state institutions, leadership of political parties, and distinguished traditional leaders, friends, colleagues, and relatives far and near, helping them honor their beloved mother, Madame Salome Apishata Ama Mahama. Thank you very much, and it's from the Bahamas. For massive discounts of up to 70% across your favorite shops. Shop big, dip, and win exciting surprise giveaways and enjoy live music performances that will keep your energy high all weekend long. Bring the whole family. There will be kids, fun pack activities, entertainment, and unbeatable deals everywhere you turn. This Black Friday weekend, choose the Junction Mall, your number one shopping and ultimate Christmas destination. Don't miss out. Shop, dip, win, and celebrate at the Junction Mall. The Junction Mall, join, explore, shop, and enjoy. Again, right? I keep telling you about that because you can win in ways you've never dreamt of simply by dialing *712 hash. You pick option 1. To choose a ticket for yourself. Option 2 to pick for somebody else. If you want the system to generate a lucky number for you as well, you go with option 2. But if you want to pick your own lucky number, you go with option 1. When it's time to pay, confirm with your Momo and you're in. The online way, head to theluckiestafrica.com and register. Tap on community tickets to either pick your own lucky number or let the system choose one for you. You can buy a ticket for someone else too. When it's time to pay, use Momo if you're in Ghana or pay with your card if you're abroad. One ticket can multiply your money by 500 times and your entire community could win 10 times over. This is your golden chance. Hop on, let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere. We're making ourselves ready to get into that all-important conversation here at Media General. But that doesn't mean we cannot talk some more in terms of the many matters which have been of interest. And we started off with bits and pieces of what was that Twitter Spaces by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. I'll just let you in again on bits and pieces of it. And then maybe I'll pick a few more thoughts as well from the rest of the guys here on the show. But do share your thoughts with us as well. We're streaming on Facebook and handles 3FM927. Same handles as well on YouTube, where you can leave a message for us. So let me take you back to the Twitter space, right? The Twitter space involving the Office of the Special Prosecutor and then Inusa Fusedi, who's a former Member of Parliament for Tamale Central and a private legal practitioner as well, on a number of the questions which you asked yesterday, Kind Ketsi, what it is that is on your mind as to the job that the special prosecutor is supposed to be doing and this Ken Ofori-Atta albatross on its neck. But by the way, Mr. Ofori-Atta and the 7 others are to be arraigned today, and when we say arraigned, they will be put before court. There's a subject matter of which perhaps there's some interest that we will need a bit of clarity on. Sixus, why are you saying no? If I mention your name, you have to come and respond. If I make an allegation against your person right now, you run away. Or I should say, come and say something about Coach Otuado must go. That one, you'll be in a hurry to come into the city. But yes, there are those who argue that, look, you have to serve Mr. Ofori-Atta before anything else, and he can be brought before the courts. But that will be something that we'll look forward to as it plays out today. But here are details, a bit more in terms of the details from that space yesterday, which featured questions from the ordinary Ghanaian and some journalists alike.
He's averted his mind to the fact that the Special Prosecutor's Office of the Special Prosecutor has a board. So why does he have a board? Policy decisions of the Office of the Special Prosecutor are not made by the Attorney General. It's made by the board. That's why there was some level of intentionality and deliberateness in the creation of a board for the Office of the Special Prosecutor to make the insulation of the Office of the Special Prosecutor against interference by the Attorney General complete. That's why we say they have operational independence. And even the board has limited powers in determining which cases and the trajectory of cases by the law, by Act 959. So, for me, understanding the architecture and design of Act 595, the legislature navigated a very difficult terrain in carving out a specific mandate for the Office of the Special Prosecutor and insulating the mandate from interference from any other state institution, including the Office of the Attorney General. Now, that doesn't mean that the Attorney General and the Office of the Special Prosecutor are in competition. In fact, it is the law that even if a state institution like the police is investigating a matter involving corruption,
3FM
in terms of mandate, the Special Prosecutor can direct the transfer of the docket from the police to the Office of the Special Prosecutor. That is the only institution of state that can do that. Right to the police, asking the police to transfer the investigation to the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Now, yes, I've also heard that the argument that the Kenofurata, the special prosecutor had the power to prevent Kenofurata from traveling. And I've always wondered where that idea is coming from. The power to stop a person from traveling is consequent upon an investigation. And the state of the investigation will determine whether or not a travel ban is put on the accused person or the person of interest to the special prosecutor. Now, if at the initial stages of the investigation, the fugitive minister for finance wrote to the chief of staff requesting for permission to travel to attend to his health, when it was not clear to the chief of staff, the exiting chief of staff and the incoming chief of staff, that this person was running away from justice, on what condition and grounds were they going to refuse him the travel?
3FM.
And this is not the first time.
92.7.
So the whole idea of Kenofurata not coming back, the blame should be on Kenofurata. We are entitled to think that Kenofurata is running away from accountability for not coming back, because we are aware of the case of Victor Solomon. He was not a minister of finance, he was a deputy minister of finance. He had a medical condition. He was allowed to travel out of the country during the transition period. When investigations were initiated against his conduct while at the Ministry of Finance, he thought he had nothing to hide. The Attorney General, I think that time was Papa Owusu Ankuma, did not institute or begin any repatriation or deportation process. Victor Solomon came back willingly to stand trial. Unfortunately, he died in prison. So, who at the time that Kenofurata was leaving could believe that Kenofurata was running away from justice? And in any case, at that point, my understanding of the law was that he was being invited to assist in investigations. That is not equivalent to being accused of having committed a crime. So, yes, it's bad that Kenofurata has become the subject matter of discussions. But the person who has brought this upon himself is Kenofurata himself. Because if you serve the country and served it to the best of your ability, and there are issues involving your conduct while at the Ministry of Finance, and you really have nothing to hide, you really are a useful and responsible, dignified person of this republic, what prevents you from coming back? And this country is a country governed by the rule of law. And so,
Absolutely.
why will you place the blame on the special prosecutor and not that person who has made it impossible for the special prosecutor to complete his mandate?
Thank you very much, Honorable Fuseni. I will be coming back to yourself and Director Sami for some other comments. But let me take a few questions. We seem to have quite a number of people on the session who would like to have ask some questions. So I'll start with Daniel. Daniel, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself and tell us where you're joining us from. Hello, Daniel. Please unmute if you're speaking.
From from Maidstone, UK. Sorry. My question has to do, first of all, I want to say a big thank you for holding this space. And then I think a lot of people have keen interest in things like this because of the rumors of money or money involved. My first question goes to Mr. Sami, and I want to maybe when you started, you updated us, but some of us weren't online. But I want to know, what's the update on Masisi's case? It has been silent and we are not hearing anything, no updates. And finally, the corruption cases against the National Cathedral. What's the OSP doing? Any update on that one too? Thank you for holding this space, and God bless Ghana. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Angelo, for the question. Hi, Daniel. Would you like to take up now? Please unmute yourself, and you can go ahead with your question. Okay, Prince Osei, can we have you, please? Okay. Hi, Ezejam. Thanks for joining us. Where are you joining us from, please? Please unmute yourself if you're speaking. Please unmute yourself.
The question had been asked about Cecilia Dapa. I don't know how many times we have to explain Madame Cecilia Dapa's case. I think that the OSP has said that Ghana in particular, we are just about 10 countries out of about 195 that do not have a particular anti-corruption
The best
power.
in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
Let's take you to the conference now. The MG Dialogues is happening currently